Easter yet, but it's Easter today in my house because we're having Easter dinner and we're going to do it on a very small budget and we're going to feed 6 people. Okay, we have the main, we have the sides, we have the appetizer, we have a dessert, and we have a drink. So, without further ado, let's get it, let's go. Let's hit those pots, come on. All right, here's everything I got, and I got some really good deals. Let's go over what I have here. I have a dark chocolate cake. I have some cherry pie filling. Wait till you see what I'm going to do with that. That's going to be fun. I got some biscuits. Believe it or not, these biscuits, buttermilk biscuits, don't have milk in it. But don't go by me. Do your own research because I could be wrong. It doesn't bother Eric's allergies any. I got a 3-pound bag of sweet potatoes. I got some asparagus. I got a whole fresh pineapple. It was slightly more than the can, but you're going to get more out of it. We're going to use it for 2 things. I got a ham. You see that? Manager special. I'll show you the price. I got some sour cream. The tofutti sour cream did not come out of this budget. That's Eric's budget. It has a completely separate budget, but I want you to see what I'm using for him when he can't eat what we're having. I can't remember if I said we got carrots. And the Pyrex container right there, we're going to make French onion dip for the carrots, okay? So I make my own all the time because it's so stinking easy. Why go out and buy it? And I'm going to tell you right now what's in there so y'all can do it. There's a fourth of a cup of dried onions. There's 2 tablespoons of beef bouillon, 1/4 teaspoon onion powder, 1/4 teaspoon dry parsley, 1/8 teaspoon celery seed crushed. I do not have that in there. We don't like it. 1/8 of a teaspoon of paprika, 1/8 of a teaspoon of pepper. That should make the equivalent to 1 to 2 packs of your Lipton onion soup mix. You likely have this stuff in your house. I don't know about the celery seed, but the rest of it, most people already have in their pantry. All right, so I'm going to get off my rant, and we're going to start doing the, we're going to mix together the appetizer and get started on the dessert, then double back for the dinner. I just want to show you one thing. You see that ham? Boom. $52 for this big old hunk of ham. All right, here we go. Here are all the ingredients inside the mug there. Or not mug, what is this? Measuring cup. That's it. I put an extra pinch of parsley in there because I like to see it in there, but that really doesn't really add anything to it. All right, so there you go. And this is shelf stable too. You can make a bunch of this, you know. All right, so what we're gonna do is I got 2 bowls, one for the dairy, one for the dairy free. This is what the tofutti looks like. It's thick, but usually I add a little bit of water to it and then thin it out like when we're having it on potatoes, especially the Violife one. So I'm gonna do half his container. Because I know Eric, he's going to devour this. That's 6 ounces of his-ish. This is ours, my broken spoon, or spatula. Oh, I should have stirred that. All right, I added some to Eric's already. I gave this a really good mix. And we're going to add 2 tablespoons to ours. I added 1.5 to his. And then we're just going to mix it all up. That's it. And we're going to put that in the refrigerator. What I'm going to do with the carrots to get them to go farther, like I did in my very last video I did, was I cut them in half. Like when I made the sandwiches and everything, those carrots were all cut in half. Because they go farther. You get more grabs. All right, so I'm going to mix this up. Let's mix up Eric so you can see what his looks like. Yeah, I'm going to leave his. I'm not going to thin it out because I feel like it'll be better thicker. If he wants it thinner when he gets home, I can always take care of that. Because they're at school. They're coming home to a nice, big dinner. Appetizers and everything all at one time. They'll snack on those while I'm finishing up dinner. But there you have it. All right, so I'm going to take, to start with, I'm going to take half this bag. Because if I can use somebody's carrots for something else, then we will. So, that's about half. I'm going to take these and I'm going to cut them all in half. Maybe not little guys like that, but look, see, I always get the wonky things. That's what I say. I always say, does everybody get like weird stuff in their food? I do. But we're just going to cut all of these in half. So when they go, whoop, they get another one. Whoop, they had 2 bites and not 1 carrot. Oh, cut that one already. All right. So let me get to cutting because I got a lot of work to do today. All right, so this is what I'm going to do with them. That's about half of the bag. It's making a lot by cutting it in half, and I don't want to waste the carrots. I want to put those couple back, and that's what we have left. I'll put that in the refrigerator till later. Here we go. We're going to do the dessert, and then we're going to get going on the main. Add your whole box of chocolate cake or whatever flavor you want to use. It works for all cakes, all flavors, and cherries. All we're going to do is we're going to dump this right in here. And we're going to give it a big old honking mix after I get all of that out of there. All right. I paused for a second to scrape the can. Best I could. All right. So what we're going to do is we're just going to give that a big old honking mix. That's all we could do at this point. But I'm going to use this thing. Try not to overmix, and it's okay if the cherries break up. All right. Mixy, mixy. All right, that took a little bit of mixing because you wanted to make, I'm trying not to overmix, but still get out all the little dry spots in there. But that's the best I could do. It's super thick. Look. It's thick. Okay? So what I did was I sprayed my 9x13 and we're just going to put it in there and smear it around best we can. All right. So I'm going to put a couple of plops around. Maybe that might spread a little bit better. I got it out best I could. I don't know why I'm talking like that. All right. So I'll get the kibitz and the kibittles out of there as soon as I'm done smearing this around. And we're just going to do what we can with what we got. All right, there we go. That's the best I could do. We're going to put this in the oven for 35 to 40 minutes on 350. Check it at 30. All right, before we start cooking dinner, we're gonna cut this pineapple up. Who knew there were instructions on cutting a pineapple? I just cut it. All right, I'm not gonna show you me cutting it because it's never pretty. It's always a bloodbath, usually my bloodbath. But basically, I just start at the top and then shave the sides down. There is a trick to picking out a fresh pineapple, and I'll add it in the description box below on how to get the best pineapple, because there is a knack to getting it. And I usually do pretty good. Need a sharp knife. This is sharp, and it's just not going through. There it goes. There we go. Boom. All right. And then we're just going to go down the sides. Yep, definitely wasn't pretty. I need one of those like eye pluckers that plucks the eye things out because I try not to take off as much as possible. All right, so we're going to do now, we're going to cut these into, I guess, ringlets. I'll have to cut the center out of these on my own, but for right now, this is what we're going to do. You know what I could have used? Didn't even think of it. I have a meat slicer. Nah, let's just keep going. Alrighty. Not gonna waste that. But I'm not gonna show you me cutting the circles out of the center, but we're gonna start getting the ham ready, and I want some of this pineapple for that. All right, so that's some extra pieces there. This is the core. You wanna know something really funny? I'm sitting here cutting these things up into ringlets and doing the best I can. I'm thinking I got a big old ham like I'm used to cooking. This thing is gonna... Hold on, I'll show you. That's how big my ham is, and I got these giant pineapples to go on it. So I'm probably gonna cube them up like these. This is the core, but like these, and stick it on the ham. And then I'll saute some, I think, in a separate pan because my kids loved cooked pineapple. Let me tell you something. I just tasted a piece of that. I did a great job. All right, I'm gonna try and make a paste for the ham. That is just some brown sugar and a little bit of maple syrup. I'm gonna mix that around. Let me use my little baby fork here. And I did my cake early enough. It's about to come out of the oven right before everything goes in there, so it's time to cool. So I'm just going to keep mixing this until it looks like a paste. All right, so that's what I'm looking for. I've never made it like a paste before. I just thought this up in my head today because that's so small. So that's what we're going to do. All right, that's done. Now, I have read that the cake might settle down a little bit, but I made donuts like this, so I don't know that that's true. So all we're going to do is we're going to set this to the side and let it cool. All right, so we're just going to open this up. Let me read it again and make sure there's no milk in it. Because believe it or not, they do put milk in stuff like this. No, not in this one. All right, finally breaking into my manager special. Let me get the scissors. All right, so this is spirally cut. Is that a right word? I put little flats of foil down there because I didn't want to put like a rack in there and then it sticks up really high. I just didn't want it sitting directly in the bottom of the pan. So what we're going to do is we're going to put this right on top of that. And we're going to get, oh, that's all coming apart. Darn. All right, we'll be all right. We'll fix it. I had to rig my ham. I took a skewer, stuck it through, and then snip. I left enough that we can grab it though, right off the end. Because I didn't want it all laying in the juices. What I'm going to throw in the bottom here, these are the cores. We're going to use them for flavor. I don't know if you could eat the core or not, but I don't plan on it. All right, so what I'm going to do now is get my toothy picks over here. I don't have any cherries, but this'll have to do. Okay, what I'm doing right now is I'm shoving a couple little wedges down inside. Because usually I have some pineapple juice to pour on top. I don't have any of that right now. Not yet, anyway. It hasn't made any juice. So I'm just going to shove a couple little wedges down in there. We're going to add some more to the top, but I want to get some inside. Just for grins to make sure. My fingers are so slippery from holding all this. The pineapples. All right. Oh, boom. One more in there I think will be good. Just get a couple throughout, you know. Hold it close. All right, so we're going to take our glaze. It's real thick. The idea is it's going to thin out as it melts from the heat. But we'll find out. Because I've never done this before. I'm just making it up. Okay. We're going to let that sit right on top. I'm going to smear it around better with my fork, I think. Now we're going to put some pineapples on it with some toothpicks. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the pineapples all over the ham, and I'm going to use a piece of a toothpick to try just to hold it in place. My kids know to look for the toothpicks. Since I did that to Eric one time, I forgot to tell him there was a toothpick in something. He was sawing away at it. He's like, what's going on with this? There was a toothpick in it. I was like, I don't know why yours is so tough. It was so funny. Just a couple of pieces because we have it down, and what we're going to do is we're going to, piece of the pineapple went up under my nail. We're going to brown some in a pan. It doesn't look pretty, I know, I get it. Still going to taste good though. I'm going to drizzle a little bit of the syrup across the top. And I'm going to put a little bit of water in the bottom so that all the sugar doesn't burn. All right, but just a little bit, enough to cover the bottom, I suppose. But not to boil it. Let me get some foil and we'll cover it up. All right, so I've been cooking all day and I completely forgot to put the sweet potatoes in the oven so I can then mash them up and make whipped sweet potatoes because that's what we want to do this time. Well, I forgot. So, I'm going to have to do it the way I don't prefer, and that's we're going to boil them. So, I'm just going to do this like you would if you were making mashed potatoes. Only that's not what I'm going to do on the other end. I'm not adding milk and anything like that. I don't think, anyway. You never know. I might get a wild hair at my boohoo and decide to do something different. But basically, that's what I'm going to do to the whole 3-pound bag. All right, so I got them all chopped up in this bowl over here. I'm going to rinse them off and get them in some salted water. Boom. That's what I got. All right, I'm going to add a little bit of salt. We're going to cut up the asparagus, and then we're going to move over to the stove finally. So this is what we're going to use. I got some lemon juice. I got some garlic. I got some avocado oil. I got some lemon pepper. And I got a sprig of what's left of the thyme. I got that. You could use powdered. You could use the dried. You could use whatever. I just happen to have that. I almost never have that in my house. So what I do, and you can almost, again, with the asparagus, I very rarely make it. I don't think you could probably find one of my videos where I made asparagus. One, because they're expensive and you don't get a whole lot, but that's a pound. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut off the woody ends. It's easier to do it when you do it with rubber band on it because you can get them all done at one time. Boom, done. I need to sharpen my knife a little bit more. All right, you can save these for soups and stews. I'm not going to, but you can. All right, so I got them all washed off, all dried up. I got to put it on my pan over here. I had a smaller pan sitting out that I put foil on, and I think it's going to be too small. So I'm just going to put it in another sheet pan. All right, don't make fun of my foil. It was on a smaller one. I didn't think there were that many in the bunch until I opened it up, and now it looks like a whole lot more. All right, so we're going to lay these out here, and we're going to start seasoning it up. So about 2 tablespoons. I'll measure. I wouldn't normally measure, but we're just gonna do it all over the place. 1, 2. All right, we're gonna just drizzle some garlic because we put garlic on everything. Calls for a teaspoon and a half. We're just gonna mine's getting kind of dry. Uh-oh. I'm not gonna add any salt and pepper because it's in here, and I'm afraid I'll have too much. Shaky, 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 shaky. All right. I opened it up and I had a clump that was blocking the shaker. I must have used it over something wet. And then we're going to add a couple of tablespoons of lemon juice. Boom. And boom. Gonna give that a mix. When we get farther along, we'll taste one and see if it needs any salt and pepper. But it shouldn't. But you never know. All right, they're going in a 425 oven for about, I don't know, anywhere between 7 and 12, something like that. I'm not sure. It's been a while. I nearly forgot the time. How could I forget the time? You know why I forget it? Because I never have it. I'm just going to pull these off. I got 1 sprig, or 4 sprigs, but it was 1 leaf. And we're just going to put those down there. And now it's going to go in the oven. All right, she's done. I'm going to baste it a little bit, and before we eat it, I'll put it under the broiler to do a little bit of that. But for now, that's done. All right, since I have this last half of the carrots, it's a lot of carrots. Just seems like I'm carrot heavy today, huh? I'm going to cut these in half just like I did the other ones, and we're going to roast those as well, along with the asparagus. That's just what I'm going to do. I'm going to throw them up there. The reason I'm cutting them in half is 1, they're going to cook faster, and 2, more coverage when it's sitting like that in the pan. So onward, forward. Alrighty, that's all of them. I took them out of the colander just so I could see how many there was. All right, let me get the sheet pan out. All right, push those onto the pan. I'm going to hit it with a little bit of avocado oil because it can take the higher heats. The pan's a little bit bigger, but all my little ones are in use. Okay. We're going to add some pepper to everything. Got to add some salt, especially to carrots. It enhances the flavor. Onion powder. We're going basic on this because we got lots of flavor and everything else. Garlic. And then we're just going to give it a big old mix. All right. That's what we're going to do. They're going to go in the oven. I'm going to line them all up. I'm not going to sit here and make you sit through that, but that's what it is. All right. In they go. All right. Remember when I said I wasn't going to add any milk? I lied. I got a little bit of plant-based heavy whipping cream over there. It might help loosen it up to whip it. So we're going to put some butter in here. We're going to add the seasonings after we get it going. Okay? I took some plant-based heavy whipping cream and I add a little bit of the starchy water to it to warm it up. Just want enough to get it moving. That's it. All right, so I'm going to mix this now. I'm going to spare your ears. All right, so I'm going to add some more of what we call butter. I have to get some more out of the refrigerator because that one is empty. right? I'm going to put a pinch of nutmeg. A pinch is an eighth of a teaspoon, in case you don't know. And we're going to put a little bit of ground cinnamon in there. I'm going to get another splash of butter in just a second. All right, I have a big old plop here. Whoop! It fell in before I was ready, but there you go. And I'm going to give it another mix. Oh, wait. Nope. I don't know why I don't want no pepper. I'm going to add a little bit more salt. It needed a little bit. They're potatoes. They could take it. All right. Spare your ears. And we are done. All right. My kids love cooked pineapple. And because my hand was so small, I couldn't put the pineapples all over it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cook them in the frying pan. We're just going to take the wedges and we're going to put them in there. And we're going to cook them down till they're sweet. Once they get a little softer, we'll add some seasoning to it. There you go. All right, so I turned it down really low. I think these are done enough. They're nice and browned up. We like it like that, see? Beautiful. That's what I'm looking for. They're not all browned up like that, but that's what I'm looking for. Takes a little bit longer when you're cooking with fresh pineapples. Turn that over so I get a little bit more browning on that side. And what I'm going to add to this, earlier today we made a little brown sugar thing. We're going to add some to the pan. And we're going to move it around and get it all over all of the pineapples. Normally I just add a little bit of brown sugar and stuff, but since I have that left over, we're going to use it. Okay, now we're just going to get that all over them and then we're going to be done. Those are done. All right, here's our little bit of carrots. They kind of shrunk up a little bit, but that's okay because we weren't planning on having them anyway. So we're going to put them over there with the asparagus. I couldn't think what the name was. And we're just going to brown up some more of the pineapple and we're going to be eating. There you go. See how it melts right in? There we go. That's all done. Gonna plate it up. So that's it, guys. Everything is done. Let me get it all on the counter and show you what we got, and then we're gonna have our Easter dinner. I cannot believe it. I almost forgot the biscuits. So what we're gonna do, oh, piece of the paper's on it. We just gotta make the biscuits and then we're eating. But I can start plating things up while we wait for these to cook. All right, in they go. All right, so I stuck that under the broiler for just a minute. It is looking good. We're gonna get it out of there. We're gonna get some of that juice for the side. We're moving right along. They are done, and there's my plate. I'm gonna meet you at the table.
If you get any benefit at all from my content, you can help me out by clicking like, share, commenting, and definitely hit that subscribe button. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you'll be notified every time I upload a new video.
Happy Easter! Oh my good, I can't wait! Oh, I said it again. First thing you're gonna try, Eric, is grab a carrot. This is your appetizer. You're gonna dip it. Now, Eric has never in his life had French onion dip. Never. So I got the regular. He's got the tofuti kind. So you just grab it like that. Okay. And give it a go. Mmm. It's really good, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And that's homemade French onion soup mix too in there.
That's really good.
Mm-hmm. Let me just chew this carrot up real quick. Give me a minute. I'm laughing because I paused so I could finish chewing, and while I was chewing, there was some. And then when it was time to cut back on, he's like, wait a minute. He really likes it. All right, so let's just give everything a try. Try the ham with a little bit of the pineapple. And this is a real pineapple, a fresh pineapple that I cut with my 2 little fingers.
All right. There we go.
Oh, you got it? Your plate was sliding around. Got a little bit of the au jus on it. You ready? Let's go.
Mm.
Oh, that fresh pineapple is so sweet, is it? Oh, that's good. All right. You say what you want to try next.
Carrot fries, right?
Yeah, they're just roasted carrots.
I thought they were the carrot fries because you made carrot fries before, right?
Never heard of a carrot fry. I know what you're
Are
talking
you
about.
serious?
Oh, no. I might have called it a carrot fry or something. You ready? Let's go. Just seasoned carrots. All right. Let's go in for the potatoes. That's always my favorite. Instead of mashed potatoes, I did whipped these. These should taste like your sweet potatoes with the cinnamon and all that. All right, go ahead. That's good. Okay. Now, you can probably pick it up with your finger if you want. Eat the asparagus. I'm not a fan of asparagus, so I think I'm going to pass. I probably should just try it, though. You like it? All right, I'll try it. It's pretty good. It's got an earthy taste to it, and that's what I don't like about it. Kind of like cumin, but like a spinach kind of a taste.
Yeah.
Is that everything? A biscuit is a biscuit. All right. Well, let me get everybody else fed. Oh, hold on. In the intro, I said, I got a drink, I got this, I got that. Well, I bought a package of Kool-Aid so we could have a jug of Kool-Aid. God help us, we can't find it anywhere. So I just used what we had in the house, and I made a 2-quart tea, but the drink is included in the cost of the meal. Okay? Bye-bye. All right, for this portion of dessert, I'm only doing it just because I have it. I have bags of it, and what I'm talking about is chocolate. This is dairy-free chocolates, and I have at least twice as much of the dairy regular chocolate. But I'm going to do this in the dairy-free so I don't have to make 2 batches. So I froze some of the pineapple rings. 6 of them I froze. I'm taking some of Eric's dark chocolate, and we're going to hit it in the microwave and keep a couple of blasts until it melts. What I'm going to do with the pineapples, if we're going to cut them in half, we're going to cut it in half and dip half and not the other half. Hopefully these things will stay frozen long enough while I do this. All right, let me start melting it. All right, I stuck it out. Dang it. Woo, did that get hot? I didn't know where to put it. It's burning my fingers. I put it in for, I got chocolate all over me, for 20 seconds, 20 seconds. Okay? The bowl is hot. Boom. And all we're going to do with these frozen pieces is, I really want to dip it, but I feel like dipping it's going to warm up to cool down the chocolate. Just half of it, not the whole thing, because that'll be too much chocolate. And then when it gets cold, we just hit it again. Boom. Okay? That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do that to all of the pieces in here. Hopefully we can get them all done quickly. And boom. Shake it off, shake it off, shake it off. Oh, my camera just shut off on me. Whew. Put that one up there. Up. I was trying to keep it in there. They're thawing out quickly. Let's see if I can get this done fast. All right, that's how they look for right now. I'll make them look prettier on the plate. I just want them to harden up. They're mostly done. I'm going to put them in the refrigerator or freezer until I finish with the cake and get my hands all cleaned up. All right, so here's the cake from the beginning of this video. It was this morning for me. It's been sitting out all day long. It is a little moist, but it's not wet. Just looks like that. So what I did was I took a little bit, well, wait a minute. Here are my choices. Eric has in the house this caramel sauce. Let me get it. He has this. It's dairy free. I buy it at ShopRite. I thought at first like I could drizzle that, but I kind of feel like that's a cheat when you're doing stuff like this. So I'm going to leave it out, but if the kids want to sprinkle it on theirs, they can. What I'm going to do, which is no cost because probably every household has a bag of this laying around, a tablespoon of powdered sugar. I'm going to put it in here, and we're just going to sprinkle, 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 and that is dessert. So let's go for it. Just a nice little snowfall. And that was like maybe a teaspoon of powdered sugar, if that. But that is it. That is your Easter dinner, beginning to end. All right, there's our dessert, and we're going to meet you at the table. Everybody's here. Dessert time. Now this I really can't wait for. I can wait on the pine. I like the pineapple, but I'm not a big fan of dark chocolate. Like that? What do you want to go for? I'm going for the cake. What are you going for? Okay? Okay. So you remember the apple donuts I made that time? Mm-hmm. Well, this is the same stuff that you put out the following day. When I came down, it was sitting out. You wanted me to make it? Well, here you go. All right, let's go. Oh, that's good. And that's moist. Mm-hmm. Eric, the only thing that's in that cake is the dry cake mix and a can of pie-filling cherries. No eggs, no oil, no nothing. No water. Holy cow, that's good. All right, I'm going to take the tiniest of piece off the end there. You can pick it up if you want. Ready? Let's go. I got the tiniest of taste. Oh, that's good. Juicy and good, right? Mm-hmm. It actually is good. I like it. I didn't think I was going to, but I like it. All right. Let me ask you a question. Mm-hmm. After clean your chops out. Which one of the two do you like better?
The cake.
The cake?
Pineapple's good though.
Yeah, I like the cake too. I like the cake better, but that pineapple, that was good. I'm actually going to eat it. I thought I wasn't going to. And that's dairy-free dark chocolate on there, so. And that's what mine is too, by the way. Yeah. All of that. It's all the same, so you can eat everything.
I thought you grabbed it from there, so.
No, that's usually what I do. I put ours on one side, his on another, but we just did it all. All right, let me get everybody else their dessert, and we're going to meet you at the wrap-up. Bye-bye. Dinner's over. How'd we do? Boom. Could not finish. Let's see what the kids thought about it. Here's the question to everybody. What did you think about the dinner? What did you think about dessert? What was your favorite from dinner? And what was your favorite from dessert, okay? I know Eric really liked that dip, the appetizer. He's never had it before. And clearly my kids liked it because they ate it. So, Aiden, go first. What'd you think?
It was really, really good.
Of the dinner, what was your favorite thing?
The ham.
Of the dessert, did you like the dessert?
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet you did. Of the dessert, which was your favorite?
The pineapples.
The pineapples? How about that? That was an afterthought, too. Eric, I have different questions for you. What did you think about that dip?
I thought the dip was really good.
Yeah. Yeah. And what did you think about dinner?
I thought it was really good. I liked those are seasoned carrots, right?
These little ones right here?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like
the roasted carrots.
I like the roasted carrots and the ham.
And the ham. Yeah. And the dessert?
I said I liked the cake better, but I actually liked the pineapple better. I actually want
He's,
another one.
but you moving in for another one? Okay. That one's gone, so. All right. He said he liked the cake better, but he's coming in for another dip of the pineapples. Tyler, what'd you think?
It was very good. The dip was delicious.
Okay. What'd you think about the dinner part?
The ham, really good.
Like that ham? That's good.
Mashed potatoes, very good.
Very good. What about the dessert?
Cake, absolutely delicious. You did a very good job.
So is the cake your favorite?
Yes.
All righty. Trey, what'd you think about dinner?
It was really good.
And Joe? Come on down.
Well, I'll tell you what. I kind of went through college with French onion dip, but I had to taste Eric's. And once those minced onions hydrated, that stuff is great.
Yeah, it was. I
They're
told you, I
really
licked my
good.
finger. I'm like, that was pretty darn
Yeah,
good.
that was really good.
The dinner?
Wow. I thought spiral ham only came with bone in and large, and then the bone, whatever you call bone for. This
Yeah.
was amazing. I never saw something so small, and holy smokes, you smoked it. It was great.
You had a lot of meat in there, right? For a little
Yes,
tiny thing. I
yes.
know. I'm a little surprised. I was a
And
little
the
worried.
roasted carrots. My favorite, just going to say asparagus. Asparagus.
Asparagus? Yeah,
I think
they
you
were
did
not
really good.
mine.
I know you didn't like it, but that was really good for me. The mashed potatoes were pretty darn good. Now, the pineapple, those slices, I never thought of using the core as a sweetener for the ham. That was a great idea.
Yeah, what? Yeah, we weren't supposed to eat those little
That
things.
was
They
a
were just
great
there.
idea.
Yeah, I thought so.
And I hate to say it, but Cheapy Biscuits turned out amazing. The whole thing. Wow.
All right, what'd you think about the dessert?
Oh,
And which
get
one
out
was
of my
your?
way. I want that as coffee cake. That
Which one?
Dark chocolate. Oh, decadent.
The cake?
The cake was smoking. And yeah, for dessert, the dark chocolate on the pineapples, the bittersweet with the ultra sweet pineapples, killer. But I want that dark chocolate decadent cake for
All
coffee
right,
cake
there's
in the
plenty
morning.
left over. Me, I'm just gonna say ditto. Ditto, 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 ditto. It was all good. I'm a little prejudiced because I made it, but it was all good. And that pineapple, I'm going to try remember. That's why I keep saying it in the video. So when I edit it, it'll be on my mind to put in there how to pick out a good pineapple, because what I do seems to really, really work. And that pineapple was super, super sweet. So there you have it. I hope you try it. I hope you like it. Leave me a comment either way. See you later. Bye.